Hey there, relationship rock stars. Will and AJ Bieber here at For Love and Money, the next level of relationships. Today we're going to talk about a science to trick your body into reversing the aging process and increase your libido at any age.
Today we've invited a special guest, Joe Davis, who's going to Skype in with us and share more about this cutting-edge anti-aging information that is not being shared with the general public.
Oh my goodness!
She calls this a sexy science.
Thank you for joining us today. I'm sure our viewers would love to hear more about you. Perhaps you could share a little of your story of what drew you into this sexy science line of work.
So for about 5 years, I struggled. I had sleep issues, wasn't getting good sleep, hair loss, no libido, brain fog, fatigue, depression, joint pain, belly weight, bloat, adrenal fatigue, hot flashes. So I was seeing the best doctors money could buy. But my issues were massive. It was everything. I felt like I was literally falling apart, like I was a bright light going out, like I was just unraveling. After talking to girlfriends and couples, they were all saying the same thing. They were all saying that they felt like they were falling apart. They were saying this aging thing sucks. It took me doing my due diligence and doing a ton of research, and everything I researched came back to the set of hormones, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, and the fact that as you're aging, your body's falling apart. And the master hormone, which no one talks about when you go into a doctor's appointment, is HGH. HGH is the mothership.
Joe, thank you so much for explaining that. Can you also go into a little bit more detail about these hormones and the effects of HGH on the body and specifically libido in relationships?
HGH, human growth hormone, is produced by the pituitary gland, and as you age, it just kind of stops doing its job as effectively. Your numbers drop, your HGH levels drop, and that's why we age. That's why when you're 25, you're in these relationships that are spontaneous, you have a great libido, you're connected to the world. In fact, you want to take over the world. That's 25. But what ends up happening is, and if you just imagine it like this, HGH is the guy driving the bus. Your body's a bus. Imagine the guy driving your bus feels like he's 85. He's tired, he's fatigued, he's barking orders at everyone on the back of the bus, which is your adrenals, your thyroid, your estrogen, your progesterone, your testosterone, your skin, your hair, your nails, your joints, your bone density. Every organ in your body is taking direction and order from upper management, which is HGH. Well, no one's talking about that when you go in a doctor's appointment because the average person cannot afford it. There's a reason why movie stars and millionaires look 35 and they're 60, because they have access to this.
Exactly. And I can testify to looking into the HGH shots myself at about $2,500 per month, which would be about $5,000 a month if we both wanted to do it.
Pretty steep. Yes, this HGH affects men as well. So I'm curious, are these effects with men similar to us women?
Similar, but different. So men get this belly fat, right? They get this cortisol increase, especially if they have stressful lives, which most of us do. Their muscles get fatty, and that means their organs get fatty as well. But it also affects their testosterone levels, which affects their libido and all the side effects that come with lower libido.
Men got issues. Lower libido. It is an issue in relationships. So what is this sexy science? And how does it apply to increasing libido in relationships even as we age? I gotta know, Joe.
Sexy science to me is about feeling alive. It's about waking up the parts of you that don't feel good anymore, that don't feel sexy, that don't feel attractive to your mate. If you're tired and you're exhausted and you don't feel good in your own skin, you don't want to be connected or intimate. You don't even want to get out of bed in the morning. You would trade sleep over food or anything else in your life. Do everything right in a relationship. You can fulfill all 5 love languages for your husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend. But if you don't feel alive in here, if you feel like you're dying or like you're a bright light going out, we call that aging, then no matter what your partner does, it's never going to fit the bill. It's never going to be enough, and you're never going to really feel connected. That's why people over the age of 50 divorces have doubled in the last 25 years. I'm sure that's partly connected to the fact that we would rather sleep or stay in bed than curl up next to the ones we love. If this was something that was around when my grandparents were alive, the last 20 years of their life would have been very much alive and vibrant and not such a struggle.
Thank you so much, Joe, for all of this amazing information. So it seems like this sexy science is really giving people the control over aging and the hormone process and just reviving our relationships. So we're curious, how is it that people can connect with you and learn more?
There is absolutely no reason for us to be struggling. There's absolutely no reason anymore for someone who's 70 to feel 70 or someone who's 35 to feel 85. That's why I'm doing this. And people connecting with me, I'm just a resource. I have the information. I'm very passionate about start to finish seeing the results and seeing lives change because people are waking up feeling alive again. And they're not just feeling alive, they're feeling alive in their relationships. So now that it's available to everyday people, reasonably priced, easily accessible, without a prescription, you can get a hold of this by reaching out to me on Facebook. Social media is the fastest way to get a hold of me. I spend majority of my time on calls with medical practitioners and highly educated people. But what I'm finding is that everyday couples who feel disconnected, this has become a tremendous resource for them to connect each other and revive a loving relationship.
Joe, how is it people can find you on social media?
So if you look me up, look up Lift a Sister Up on Facebook. I'm the first one that pops up at the top. And feel free to message me. I'll reply within 24 hours. I'm happy to help anyone.
So now that you know the secrets to stay sexy at any age, you are ready for the next level.
To plan happiness in your relationship.
See, most people think that happiness is just something that happens or it's a choice in a situation. But truthfully, if you know these 3 things that we're going to share with you next week, you can plan happiness into your relationship.
Absolutely. Make it happen.
So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week on another episode of For Love and Money.
Lower libido. It's an issue in relationships. Will and, what's your name again?
I can't read the teleprompter.
I love the taste of seaweed. Well, now that you are ready to have sex at any age.
Okay.